Hi, welcome to Harry's Harmony Farm. We had a few extra words yesterday. I'm trimming that down a bit. The title is based on an unfinished short story, a collaborative effort between myself and some of my high school buddies around 1980. We're going to be talking today about Frank Vincent Zappa, born in 1940, unfortunately passed away in 1993, a few weeks short of his 53rd birthday. In 1969, Frank was working with his band, the Mothers of Invention. They'd break up later that year. He broke them up. He had run up a big debt, paying everybody and trying to finance things. The records weren't selling that much. They didn't have all that many gigs. Not quite conventional music. Not big selling stuff, but pretty cool nonetheless. Okay, so the first album Frank Zappa put out in 1969 was this. The lovely covered Uncle Meat, a 2-record set issued on Reprise Bizarre subsidiary. It's all Warner Brothers Records, which will become pertinent in a minute. Gotta love that cover. That's like nothing else. So anyway, it's a mixture of studio recordings, some of which with massive overdubs and speeded up vocals or guitar parts. Part of it was recorded in concert. Not the best quality, but hey, it was the 60s. There's some spoken word pieces by Susie Cream Cheese. I think her name was Pamela Zabrica. I'll look that up. And a neat little diatribe by the drummer Jimmy Carl Black here, who did identify himself as the Indian of the group. This was 2 records. The centerpiece is a tune called King Kong, which Frank performed with his bands all the way through 88 through the last tour. Saw him twice on that tour. That's mainly studio parts. The last section was recorded at a pop festival in Miami in early 1968, where he met a fellow guitarist named Jimi Hendrix, and Jimmy was a fan of Frank's. This album I bought around 1978. I had discovered Frank Zappa and thought he was pretty interesting, and this happened to be still for sale at the record store. It went out of print shortly after because Frank had sued Warner Brothers, and they just deleted his whole catalog. He already had his catalog deleted, the Mothers of Invention material with MGM Verve Records through contract disputes. Frank didn't like getting screwed by the record companies. So I had this album, listened to it, and my teenage wisdom, wrote this on one of the inner sleeves. Pull that out. This album is flippy. I think I was about 15 at the time. It is, though. July 1969, Frank worked with some studio musicians, including Sugarcane Harris. Don Harris was part of a duo called Don and Dewey, had some pretty cool hits back in the 50s. Frank's collaborator on this album was, primary collaborator was Ian Underwood, pictured here. He was a member of the Mothers of Invention, the straight member of the group, as he said in the recording of, what was that called? Ian Underwood Whips It Out on Uncle Meat. A neat part of this, the opening track, Peaches and Regalia, the bass is played by one Shuggy Otis, who was about 15 at the time. Son of rock and roll pioneer Johnny Otis. And this is mostly instrumental, which was a departure. It was kind of straightforward, jazzy in parts, some heavy-duty rock and others. The only vocals on it were provided by one Captain Beefheart, and we'll get to him in a minute, on a song called Willie the Pimp. The cover features a woman named Christine Frka, Frka, by a vowel, who was a babysitter for the Zappa family. She also was a member of a musical and or otherwise group known as the GTOs, Girls Together Outrageously, or variants on the acronym there. Miss Christine, she went by. She actually was the inspiration for a song called Christine's Tune, also known as Devil in Disguise, on the Flying Burrito Brothers' wonderful debut album, The Gilded Palace of Sin. Hot Rats did really well in England, top 20 hit album. It's about as far as he got there. Had some issues over there later on. Let's just say that not everyone was a fan. Okay. Oh, by the way, that album also is from the late 70s when I bought it, also deleted by Warner Brothers, and I'm guessing those albums are probably worth a little bit of money, but I'm hanging on to them. Okay, so Captain Beefheart, that was Frank's high school buddy, Don Vliet, Vliet, also known as Van Vliet. At one point, they came up with a nickname for him of Captain Beefheart, which supposedly he had an Uncle Alan who exposed himself and called it a beef heart. Hey, it's in Frank's book. Anyway, in 1969, Frank produced an album by Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band. And for those of you who know what I'm going to do here, there's this. Now, this is still sealed. I got it as a gift a few years ago, and figured I'd keep it this way. Maybe one day pull it out and listen to it on vinyl, but hey. For those of you who are familiar with this album, it is like nothing else. I mean, yeah, it's inconceivable there be anything else like it. This also is spoken word, field recordings. Frank said that he wanted to produce it at the house where Don and the Magic Band lived, but the captain didn't want to do it on the cheap, so they went to a recording studio. Whatever the case, it's truly bizarre, and I mean, wow. One of the songs is called "The Blimp." This was recorded by one of the members of the band who went by Antennae Jimmy Siemens. Calling on the phone, calling Frank Zappa, who recorded on the other side, to describe some kind of bizarre weirdness. They plugged in a backing track by the Mothers of Invention called Charles Ives. And if that sounds weird, that's just the beginning. There's some neat stuff on it. A couple fairly instrumental tracks called Hair Pie. Yeah, some neat jamming. But, yeah, it's just, it's something else. I will say this. We used to put on this record when we'd be trying to clear out our apartment in college during parties to trim the crowd a bit and tap that last keg. After we turned 21, of course. Okay, well, that's today's episode of Harry's Harmony Farm. We'll keep this going. Maybe someday somebody will watch. I don't know. I'm just having a lot of fun. Thank you, folks. Take care.